Alright. Calm. Calm. Okay, so this is going to be like kind of like a personal topic here. So I was reading some Proverbs today, Proverbs 16, because I'm doing currently every day one chapter of Proverbs for this month, because it's 31 days, 31 Proverbs. And there was something that really hit me really hard. And it's kind of, I still relate to this, but I used to really like kind of fall into this category here. But this is Proverbs 16:32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. So, what does this mean? He that is slow to anger is better than mighty. So, how I used to fall into that is everything that when I would probably say before I became a follower of Christ, I was quick to anger, quick to respond, quick to always be looking for revenge, or if someone was to do something wrong to me at school or dirty to me in life, everyone would be like, "Oh, Jim, you're gonna take that, and I'd always like kind of have the adrenaline build up in my blood. I could literally sometimes feel my blood boil, or myself hyperventilate, or myself get angry like that. There is a chapter in Matthew actually I really liked. I've got it on a lot of my bios. I believe it is in Matthew 5. This is like kind of like the first verse that really helped me with my calmness. And to quickly grab my phone because I don't know what which chapter of Matthew 5 it is. But it's a really nice verse, and it's helped me a lot with keeping my cool actually. Let me try and find it quickly. This is kind of like this is like the first verse that really helped me with this was Matthew chapter 5 verse 43 to 44. And this is Jesus talking, by the way. Ye have heard it hath been said, you shall love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. So, how these two sort of correlate is, like, when you have an enemy, when you have someone that isn't on your good books, humanly, we're always taught to, we'll always subconsciously think, oh, he's done this to me, so therefore I'm going to do this to him back. He's not treated me nice, so I'm going to treat him twice as hard back because it will show you that I've won, I'm boss, I'm bigger, I'm better, blah, blah, blah. Self-pride, basically, so to say. And when you're always looking for revenge, you're never keeping yourself at peace. The way I found it, I went through a lot of bullying at school. I was an easy target, and I can't lie, I can't blame people for using me as an easy target, because I was I was just an easy target. I didn't help myself, especially in regard to my anger as well. I never really helped myself to keep my cool half the time. I was very quick to react to things, and still to this day I still slightly struggle with it. I still struggle with a bit of anger. I get a bit of road rage when I'm driving. I tend to say sorry to God every time I go for lip's sake or something like that. I do tend to be like, oh, right, like calm down a little bit, because he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty. You look out, like some people that do lose their crap. They do lose themselves in that mindset. Once they get that bit of adrenaline to kind of react to things, they can't think straight. I could never think straight when I was looking for revenge. I could never, not also that, it would eat me up for days. It would be like, you'd sometimes spend days on premeditating, on planning how you'd get your revenge. Oh, this ain't gonna work, so I'll do this. And you'd be deep diving into different paths. Um, and ever since, it was mainly Matthew chapter 5, 43, 44, where in that verse where it says, pray for your enemies, bless them that curse you or persecute you, pray for them, because at the end of the day, when it correlates to but I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good for them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. So what it's saying there is, if someone does you wrong, if someone is out to get you, if someone wants you if someone wants bad for you, there's obviously something going wrong in their life to truly care that much that you fall down. Like, if I spent my entire life thinking about other people's failures, wanting other people to fail, I obviously have something going wrong in my own personal life to want to care about other people's failures. We all should be thinking about our own successes. We also should be thinking about how we can help others, by all means, because that's the best thing about human connection, is we can build relationships. We can build this sort of passage to, if I help so and so, they might be able to help me, even if they can't help me, that's all cool. At the end of the day, like, I've truly done my part as a human being to go and help someone out, someone do something. Doesn't matter what I gain out of it. But you always build that relationship with people when you do help others. You always make that extra friend. You always maybe make that business partner. You might get to be in this club of, I don't know, whether it be a sports club, a streaming club, a video game club, or whatever club it might be. You might get your foot in the next door when you do help people. Now, in these messages, because it says, like, obviously, slow to anger and loving your enemies and praying for them, and it doesn't mean that you allow people to walk all over you. If you have someone that's that really does do you wrong, that really is wanting to get out, is wanting to see you fail, or wanting to, I don't know, throw shame upon you, it doesn't mean you have to keep them in your life, and it doesn't mean that you have to make them your best friend. But what it is trying to say is don't honestly let your blood boil. Don't let it ruin your spirit. Don't let it sort of get to you, because as soon as it gets to you, they have. I love living by a busy road. I could not think anything better by living by a busy road. But don't let it get to you, man. Honestly, don't let it get to you, because the more you let it get to you, the more it's going to ruin your spirit. Be slow to anger. Acknowledge what people do wrong. Acknowledge that they're no good for my spirit. They're no good for my soul. They keep using me for my time. They keep using me for my money. They're chatting behind my back. Every time I seem to approach them, they want to push themselves away from me. Every time I seem to help them, they go and do complete opposite. Acknowledge that. Pray to God and say, look, Lord, I'm praying on behalf of this person. They have these problems and these issues. I feel like it's ruining or hurting my soul, Lord. Please help them out. Please, give me the words and the guidance to help them out. Don't make it your mission to chase them, but make it sort of your mission to feel inner peace for yourself. Because the last thing you want to do is drive yourself nuts from, it could even be an hour, it could be days, to think about, this person did me wrong like this, and unfortunately, so be it. We've all been used for money. We've all been used for our time. We've all felt moments of anger where they've hurt a loved one of ours, or they've hurt us, and we've gone, oh, well, they deserve pain, they deserve suffering, they deserve this. And what it does tend to do is it allows ourselves to be overthrown mentally by the devil. It allows us to be overthrown mentally by revenge. And revenge never tastes good because there's always consequences for revenge. And I could honestly go on and talk for ages about this topic, but I do love this little Proverbs I read earlier, and it correlates to what one of my favorite chapters. Sorry, not one of my favorite chapters, but one of my favorite quotes from Jesus. Again, it literally is probably one of my favorite lines in the Bible. Is, you know, love your enemies. Again, I used to be the type of person that would. I can't think of how many occasions that I used to think revenge tasted good, and then once you get that bit of revenge, you kind of feel you may not show it, but deep down in your heart you might think, I didn't really want suffering upon that person, or then another consequence would happen to you. You know, it's almost like the domino effect. You've done, just say for example, someone's hit you and you've hit them back, but a police officer might walk past, all they've seen is you hit them, you've assaulted them, you're getting arrested. Or, you know, there's always a consequence for you at the end of it. You know, when you're slow to anger, oh gosh, you know, so-and-so's done this and it's annoyed me. Alright, what can I learn from it? Let's say, for example, you've lent out money to someone and they've not paid it back in time, and they keep delaying the payment. You think, wow, like, are they doing that to annoy me? You lend them more money. And you think, surely that they're doing this to mug me off. They keep delaying payments after payments, and you go, do you know what? The next time they ask for money, I'm just going to say, look, I financially cannot help you out at the moment. Don't go out and look for revenge and try and, you know, hurt them. As much as it might annoy you, they might be your best friend, they might be your worst enemy. Look at it as something you've got to learn from. You cannot keep loaning out money to them financially because they cannot be responsible and lending you money back. Take a loss. It is what it is. I am obviously not going to get that money back, and it might seem crazy to people. You know, maybe they're in their shoes, they're in such deep financial crap that you are a person they rely upon, and look at that as a gift. Look at that as a gift where you are relied upon other people. No, I'm not just saying give out money willy-nilly, because it's like, you know, at the end of the day, like, if you've got to financially support yourself as well, then you shouldn't be silly like that unless you don't mind. But if that person is using you again and again and again and again, you've obviously got to put your foot down and say, look, man, I can't do it right now. I just can't. You've emotionally used me. You financially used me. I wish you all the best. You know, you haven't paid me back for this thing and this thing, and it gets to me, and I feel insulted as a friend. I feel used as a human being. And then they might reconsider and go, wow, like, I've really treated this person bad for their good uses. And they will think about it. If they want to persecute you and say you're not a good person, then that's their judgment. That's their judgment, and you've got to, I guess the next thing you do is feel sorry for them and pray for them. But yeah, like, no, I just thought I'd share this little message. I know it's like a 15 to 20 minute video, but yeah, Proverbs 16:32, and if I'm honest, I personally think the early chapters in Matthew is amazing to read. There was another one that I really liked as well. So Matthew 5, verse 38 to 40, I want to say. Yeah, ye have heard it has been said that an eye for an eye and an eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you, resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on the right cheek, turn to them also on the other. And if any man will sue thee at the law, and take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also. Be the bigger man. Just literally be the bigger man. And honestly, I can't lie, since I've learnt these passages, since I've taken these things on board in life, being a bigger man and just not caring, it has made me not only spiritually more happier, but wow, it's just made me more spiritually happier. I don't go looking for revenge. Someone does me wrong, if you want to take my cloak, if you want to take my coat, here's my cloak as well. Cool. Like, I'm not bothered. I'm honestly not bothered. Like, there's nothing people can do to me now that will wind me up as much. I used to get, like I said, I used to get frustrated by everything. But honestly, like, the earlier chapters in Matthew, the whole Bible in itself, Proverbs, Psalms, they're full of beautiful things that you will learn. And I can't hardly advise this anymore. But yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.